Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode of the Pit Therapy Podcast. I'm Kyle, and this is Trevor. The same two guys most of the time. What's up, man?
Dude, not too much, man. We're getting into the holidays. Had our first Christmas party of the
Oh,
season.
nice.
So, actually, two Christmas parties, but yeah.
That's cool. You ready? Like, you
Yeah.
ready for the
What about you,
holidays?
man?
I don't.
I think so. We did a lot of planning. I mean, Black Friday, right? That's kind of when everyone
Yeah.
gets going. But we were even picking some stuff up before then. So, the nice thing is, I don't know why I'm super grateful for it, but my kids don't ask for
Yeah.
that much stuff. And it's really nice. So one of two things: either I spoil them too much during the year,
Yeah.
or I've got kids who
Yeah.
are just, you know,
Dude,
grateful,
I'm in
which
like the exact same
can't
boat,
complain.
and I'm very fortunate. I'll be the first one to say, like, I'm very fortunate with the life that I live, you know? And
Yeah.
we do get our kids stuff like during the year, so Christmas is a little bit harder on that front. But what I
Yeah.
talked to them about this year, I was like, look, we can do more gifts but less expensive, like lower. Like, do you want quantity or quality this year, you know and they
Right.
they both said quality. So, like, count wise, it's not going to be like super good, right? It's not going to be good, but they're getting pretty decent gifts. So, you know,
Your kids are old enough now to understand and
hmm
appreciate that.
you still
I
have young
still
ones. Yeah.
have like, yeah, I've got young ones, right? And so it's a balancing act because even though the older ones like understand that, if the younger one's opening a ton of crap, they're like,
I
why
know.
don't I have more
Yeah.
stuff? So yeah, we're still in that like make sure everyone has kind of the same amount and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff
Dude,
still.
freaking my
So
daughter this year. I think she might still be awake. So I'm not going to, I'm going to say this quiet, but then I'll bump the volume up in the episode. She like wrote Santa a letter. It was like, Santa, I really want an elf on the shelf. I've been nice this year. I haven't been naughty. So Santa caved and got them an elf. So
nice.
Santa also
We've done
complains
that for a
about
few
how much
years.
freaking work it is. you know?
Yeah, I do know.
I'm also like,
But
isn't part
that's
of it
fun.
like if you're bad, doesn't it go like narc on you to Santa? Like, that's bullcrap too, dude. I'd have beat up the elf as a kid. I'm like, you're not narking me to Santa.
Well, our elf has a baby elf,
Oh,
so
really?
goes that far. Yeah,
Oh, that's wild.
it's
Yeah,
fantastic.
that's funny. I don't
So,
know. I was like not very excited this year originally for like the holidays, but now that they're here, I'm like a little more on board. So we watched like all the movies, Home Alone 1 and 2 are two of my favorite movies, not just Christmas movies, but like movies in general. And I watch them every
yeah,
year. So we were
yeah.
watching the Santa
No, it
Claus
is.
today, and that one's freaking incredible.
It's great too. It's funny that you're saying that because last year when we did this episode, you were like, you were the
Uh-huh.
gung
Yeah.
ho, all in the holiday spirit
Yeah.
kind of thing. So,
Well, life
but
sucks. Life is pain.
it was
It's
an
an interesting
interesting
year.
year. It was an
Yeah.
interesting
But
year. So, but
yeah, dude, we my
yeah,
kid had soccer tournament this weekend, so I've been running around doing that. It was crazy cold. Like this morning with wind chill, it was like felt like 12 degrees or something like that when we got up. And I've been
yeah,
outside, like my face is all red. That's not from sun, that's from like wind. And I didn't keep like any of
just
my cold weather
the
clothes when I moved
humidity.
down here. So
Yeah.
it's freezing, dude. They chopped my toes off from frostbite.
How do you do?
They lost in the championship. So, but they
But
made it
they
to the
made it to the
championship, and the
championship.
team that beat them, they beat
That's
last
dope.
night. So, yeah, it's in
Really?
any sport, like it's hard to beat a team two times in a row, you know?
It
So,
is.
and this is
Yeah.
they played against the FC Dallas Academy team, and
Okay.
like those are just different breeds of kids, you know. Like
Yeah.
they're out there like they're 10 years old, but they all look like they're 16. You know what I mean? It's crazy because they recruit
Sure.
around like the whole metroplex. There's like 4 million people in Dallas, and they recruit around like everywhere. We're like just a team from where we live. And so the fact that they beat them last
Right.
night and then hung with them today, like they should feel good about that, you know?
Right.
So
That's
yeah,
sick. That's sick. That's hard though. That's tough where you're like,
I
we
know,
just
I
got
know.
you. Like, why can't it have been
Yeah,
flipped?
yeah, that's true.
So
But yeah, it's cool. So, but yeah, man, it's basically been my life this month. So I do
sure.
not know
I gotcha.
music this week. Has anything come out?
Yeah. I mean, well, this came out 2 weeks ago, but we had a guest on for last one. But Cherim,
Oh, that's
man,
right.
Cherim dropped a new single, and it just picks right back up. It's freaking dope. And it's funny because this was about a year ago. I was sitting there and I was talking to a couple of the guys, like the guy who runs Ill Will Zine, and then Trevor, the guitarist for Cherim, and a guy saying next to us, his name's Micah here. And we were just joking around. I want to say it was around the time that Crow Killer played that show
Okay.
out here. And I was like, when's Cherim getting back together? When are we getting a reunion set from them? And they're like, can't find a vegan drummer to save our lives. And Micah was standing next to me. He's like, I'm vegan. I'm a drummer. I actually grew up like drumming to Cherim to learn how to
That's
play,
crazy.
like half tongue in cheek
Yeah.
kind of thing. And then all of a sudden they just drop a single out of nowhere. So like I messaged him and I was like, dude, this is wild. He's like, yeah, it just kind of like percolated over the year. Like we just kind of joked about it and stuff. Like that was only a half joke, man. Like I was there. I remember what was
Hey, I
happening.
mean
So,
the moral of that story is
but
like
yeah,
take your shot, you know? Shoot your shot. Who
right,
knows? You might be drumming
right,
for the band that you learned to drum on. So
right. Yeah. So wild. I'm excited. It sounds like a full album's coming. And dude, it rips, man. It's so sick. Like if you haven't listened to it, like go run it. It's called Whose Side Are
yeah,
You On?
it's a
It's
sweet song.
great.
And
So
it's fun. I mean,
yeah.
it's especially fun for us because, like, you know, it's cool seeing some of these old headbands from Salt Lake drop new music. It's
Yeah.
cool. So
Yeah. And like again, there's a few of these bands that were like story bands for us growing up. Like Cherim was like a story band. Aftermath of a Trainwreck was a
yeah,
story band. Like we heard stories about the hardcore shows that Cherim and Aftermath played and stuff like that. Like they were story bands. So
yep,
it's fun. It really is fun, like having these guys come
yeah,
back. So,
that's cool. I don't know
but
about anything else. Honestly, like I've seen a lot of announcements for bands saying that they're like in the studio or will be at the beginning of the year to release stuff. But
yeah,
I don't really know much else that's like new right now.
yeah,
So
yeah. I'm right there with you. Couple of tours that did get announced. The Wonder Years are doing a 10-year
mm,
for No Closer to Heaven. And it sounds like they are going on a hiatus, whatever that means after this. So if you want to catch the Wonder Years, this might be one of your last chances to, outside of a few random appearances here and there, at least right until the 20-year of the
right.
upsides or
Yeah.
something like that when they need to cash some checks again or something like that. So that got announced. Um, this was a weird tour, I thought, but the Devil Wears Prada with 4 Years
Yeah.
Strong, and then I Promise the
Right.
World. Have you listened to
Yeah.
them yet? What do you think about that?
It's all right. It's fine. I don't know. What do you think about it?
I actually, I actually really like it. It's one of the few like throwbacks that I feel like really hit what this sound is, especially like the thing is the level of vocals, like the aggressiveness of the vocals gives you a very like haste the day burning bridges
Right.
vibe. Not really understandable, higher, aggressive. The other like bands who are playing like the more 90s like metalcore, this was like the earlier 2000s
Yeah.
metalcore. So it's like bridging a little bit more into what we grew up on. So I actually thought that these guys are like dropped an
Yeah.
awesome couple singles. I think that this was
Okay.
really good
All right. I was
for what
thinking
it
of a
was.
different band. Because I'm listening to right now. Yeah, no, I can totally get behind this.
Yeah.
This is
No,
this is
this was cool.
100% the like intro into metalcore for us, right? Like we ended up going like way heavier, but this is exactly what this is, like you said, old Haste Today, like Kill Switch.
Yeah.
The vocals are a little higher and stuff than Kill Switch, but like old Atreyu, old Avenged, like this is better than that, but um, this is very much like,
Like feels so much like I Killed the Prom
yeah,
Queen.
dude, yeah,
Like when we first like caught I Killed the Prom Queen. Just awesome. And it's like the throwback they're playing in a field in the music video, wearing like the tightest tight shirts, skinny jeans and stuff. It straight up is just like early 2000s. I loved it. I thought it was great. Um
yeah, I can totally get behind this.
the episode that we're doing the episode we're doing today is like talking about some of the best releases of this year. This is actually one of the best releases, like single wise, of this year, if you want that throwback
Yeah,
feel.
this is great.
So
I actually did see though that they're headlining a tour with Sky Came Falling, which is wild to me.
oh, for
Wild to me
real?
that Sky Came
That's
Falling's not
interesting.
headlining that. But it's I Promised the World, Sky Came Falling, and then a local band from Dallas called Rosa Sharon. I don't know if I'm saying that right. They're more,
Okay.
it's similar to I Promised the World, but maybe more emo sounding. Like
Okay.
more of like the post
Okay.
hardcore emo panic chordy type. Not quite like Drop Dead, but almost
Yeah.
their EP. If This Letter Leaves Candlelight has a little bit of like, um, they're only chasing safety vibe to it.
Oh,
Yeah,
sick.
and it's
Okay.
actually,
I'll have to check that
so
out.
what's funny is like, they play hardcore shows down here in Dallas. This Rosa Sharon, and I hope I'm
Sick.
saying that right. They play like straight up hardcore shows, but they're up on stage, dude, and they're wearing the like really tight shirt with it's like a little too short with like the baggier jeans.
Yep.
And the
Yep.
guy that screams is like falling on the floor, like rolling around screaming. And I'm like, geez, dude, it's like that Jumanji meme. Like, what year is it? But like everybody at
It's
the,
like the full on throwback
yeah, but
screamo
like
stuff.
everybody at the venue
Yeah.
was like packed up front, dude. And it just like,
Sick.
it's one of those, and I hate to use this like cliched meme too, but it's one of those where you look at it and you're like, the kids are okay, like
Yeah.
I saw that and I was
Yeah.
like, hell yeah, like that's exactly what we were doing. So
Yeah. Here's the thing. I love that there's been several revivals this year over the last 2 years, right? There's been the MySpace revival, MySpace
yeah,
deathcore revival. There's been like the straight up like early metalcore style revival with the
hmm,
Balmoras, the Ashazaras, and then you've got I Promise the World pulling like this little bit of revival and stuff like that. I love it because like I couldn't get behind the overproduced like current stuff that
right,
was coming out. And this is like back to I hate that it feels like such an old man take, but like the back in my day kind of thing. And I'll be honest, man, there's like a pop punk revival
yeah,
too. Like we've posted about Menace
hmm,
TX. Like, dude, Menace TX has some dope stuff. If you want like a feel of like early the story
yeah,
so far
yeah,
and stuff like that, go check out Menace. Like, just
hmm,
great. So this has been an awesome year for a lot of that stuff. There's just so much good music. Like this is actually a pretty hard episode. I should this was a very easy episode and a very
yeah,
hard episode for me because I have very clear winners on like this is what I listen to nonstop throughout the year. And then there's just so much. There's probably like 50
Yeah.
bands who put out incredible releases that I would go back
Yeah.
to
It's
anytime.
been, like you said, it was kind of hard. I was thinking back and I was like, well, what about this band? What about this band? Like I listened to a ton of music. I think like I use Apple Music, so it's like the Apple's version of like the Spotify rap. It was like I listened to
Okay.
like, oh, what was it? It was some like ridiculous number of new bands this year. And like I was just laughing.
Oh, I had
Yeah, it was
something
some
wild
crazy number. And I
too.
was like, but it's true because like I literally listened to so much new music because there was so much good stuff. And there was also like a lot of like you talk about like the MySpace deathcore. I can do without that. You know, I
I
can do
know
without
you
all the
can.
slam. Like we've said our piece on slam. We don't need to say more on it, but you know, like
Right. But dude, freaking Psycho Frames album this year, so freaking good. Like
yeah,
it is the old like MySpace deathcore, and it was
yeah,
incredible. One of the first bands that we talked to as like a local band, Nailed Shut, put out a nasty single a couple weeks ago that was just so
yeah,
freaking good. I'm super down with a lot of
yeah.
that kind of stuff. So
But,
yeah, screw you, Kyle.
but even then, like some of the like youth crew stuff's coming back. A lot of the more punky influenced hardcore is
Yeah.
coming back. Then you have like I Promise the World, this style of metalcore that's coming back, and it's like I'm just glad that kids are. I know it's all cyclical, right? I know it's all cyclical, but it's cool to see these kids bring the creativity back. We talked about that with like Intervision and stuff. It's cool to see the kids bring back some of the creativity and like uniqueness and funness in this music. Like it got so serious there for a while, and I'm not talking about like content of the music. That's always been serious, right? Like hardcore and punk, we've always had
Yeah.
serious things to say, but like I missed the like fun music, the creative music, the different music. So, and maybe I'm feeling
Yeah.
this way because I made the absolute mistake of showing my kid Attack Attack in the last week, and that's like all he's been listening to. As much as I talk, I don't know,
Attack,
as much as I
attack.
talk crap on Attack Attack, at least they were like creative. It sucked, but like
Yeah.
at least they were creative and having fun. Like you can't knock them on that, you know?
Dude, that whole techno era Rise
Yeah.
Record Corps, man. The first bands that did it, it was fun. And
Yeah.
then it got played out
Absolutely.
way too
Absolutely. But
fast.
like listening to Someday
Yeah.
Kim suddenly, I'm like, all right, I remember why I actually listened to this because it's just like it's just funny, you know? It's just funny. So
Did you go in your truck and crank up the bass and
the
then
bass
show them
drops,
the bass
yeah.
drops the way they're supposed to be listened?
Yeah, absolutely. But
So sick. I'm flipping through real fast on my Wrapped again. I listened to 127 unique
yeah,
albums this year. Like
it's crazy.
that might be low for some people, but dude, that's a
Yeah.
freaking ton of like
Oh,
unique albums to listen
that's
to, especially for how many I
right. Well, think about I
recycled,
mean,
you know?
like
So
that's almost a unique album every other day, you know?
yeah, yeah,
That's legit. That's actually pretty cool. So
yeah.
yeah. So, anyways,
So
I don't have any more new music or tours.
yeah,
Okay,
I don't either.
so we'll just get into it. This episode might not be the longest or whatever. You know, we just like everyone else try to do like a end of year. What was special to us? What albums? What artists or tours? Or I don't know. We just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about this year in music and in stuff. So what we wanted to do is talk about three releases from larger bands in the scene that we felt like were the top three for us, and then three local smaller bands that had releases that really stuck out to us. And then we can get into like if there's specific tours, or we can kind of recap to some of the shows and crap like that we saw. So, do you want to start with larger bands first or local bands?
Dude, you pick.
All
Dealer's
right.
choice.
Let's start with the larger bands.
Okay.
I'll go first, and I don't. It's like, look, I mean, these are ranked numerically, but I wouldn't necessarily say that they're like ranked by level of goodness because they're all good. So this is just three in no particular order. But I will start with one, and we can go back and forth. So one of the albums that I have listened to most this year from a larger band is Hell Dorado from Spirit World. That was on my
Okay.
Apple Music, is one of my most listened to albums this year. And let me tell you why. And I just got done saying it. It was fun this year to hear a band do something different, unique, and fun, and they absolutely crushed it. The like random country songs in there,
Okay.
amazing. The first song, like Abilene Grime or whatever it's called, that like is like really fast, like get uppy, like cowboyish, and then all of a sudden it goes into this like insane breakdown and then solo and stuff. And I'm like, this is just so cool. So like I bought that vinyl. I listened to it a ton. Like I really, really enjoyed that album, and I thought it was a top tier album this year.
Okay. That was not even an album I remember came out.
Oh,
So
I also saw them. I
that's
saw them on
fair.
that Terror
Yeah.
tour, and I thought they slayed.
Yeah,
They
I did
were an
too.
absolute blast to see live. So very impressed with. I thought their first
That's
album, like their first two albums, were super fun, but this one to me was like, dude, this is just fun. It's just a ton of fun to listen to, you know.
yeah,
So, all
yeah.
right, what one do you got?
Okay. Uh yeah, that's a good call. For me, and this is a pretty recent release, but dude, I have to put it in my top 3, The Acacia
Mm,
Strain. You Are Safe from God Here. This album, like The Acacia Strain, we did an episode on them this year. Already, they have pretty much near non-miss discography. Like if you are into this style of heavy, aggressive, they won't call it deathcore. I'm calling it deathcore style music. Like the Acacia Strain is one of the best to do it. And this album, absolutely incredible. I can't even like here's the problem with listening on Spotify. I don't remember the names of
yeah,
songs anymore, but I have been blasting this going to the gym again. Just phenomenal. I was very, very impressed. So I'm going to put the Acacia Strain, You Are Safe from God here in my top 3. I was actually
yeah.
super stoked for this when
They
this was being
they almost had like
dropped.
a few beatdowny songs, which I thought was really cool.
Oh, yeah. Dude, they pick up the pace. Like the Acacia Strain is just so unique. Like there's a legitimate hardcore, there's straight up beatdown, there's straight up deathcore, like, and then they'll do like the slow,
Mm,
grimy, sludgy stuff and all of that stuff. And just like I don't know that there's another band who combines it as seamlessly as the
yeah.
Acacia Strain does.
Yep. I
So
mean, you definitely hear it, and it
definitely
helps
up there.
that they've been a band for like 20 years now. So, you know,
Oh yeah, and they know exactly what they want to do and how they want to do it, and
yeah,
yeah,
cool.
absolutely. So
Yeah, cool. That's a good call out. So the other one I have is End It. I think that's a more real. I mean, the last like 6 months of the year or whatever, but I think End It's new album is top notch. I was a fan of their like earlier stuff, you know, like some of their EPs and things like that, but the production quality and like the flow of this album and just the songs in general, I thought were like absolutely spot on. And it is full blown hardcore punk album because it's 15 songs, but only 22 minutes. Like most songs are under 2 minutes, you know, they've got a couple 30-second songs.
yeah,
They did that cover, Could You Love Me? And we saw that live. And like, there's very few bands that no matter when you listen to them, they like they stir up like energy in you, you know? Like as much as people love to hate on like Drain, you can't not listen to Drain and not get pumped, right? It's just
yeah,
music that like pumps you up. And I felt like this Ended album, every time I put it on, it was just like it instantly got me going. Like instantly got me going. So I think it's top quality.
Yeah.
I think seeing them live also just like re-enhanced and reaffirmed like my love for this album this year, because watching them play it live and all the energy was just like just added to it even more. So yeah.
Sick. Absolutely. No. Great album. Okay, this one's gonna be a little bit weird. And I don't know if they would be considered a big band these days. They're very influential. Took a 20-year hiatus, 30-year hiatus, or
Yeah.
something like that, and came back with an album that feels like they never left. Freaking Dead Guy,
Mm,
man. Did you listen to
yeah.
this album very much? Near Death
Yeah.
Travel Services? Listen, it's the old man chaotic, right? This is what a lot of the blueprint for chaotic music came off of. That Dead Guy album, Fixation on a
It's been,
Coworker, back from like
yeah.
95, was what a lot of, especially like Florida and stuff like that, built off of. Um, but yeah, I was having this conversation a couple months back, and I hadn't give this album enough listens. I had listened to it, but freaking Near Death Travel Services, it's great. I like his vocals. I like the chaotic, but feels the structure to the song. Like, I thought that this album was
Yeah.
awesome. Awesome,
Legit.
awesome.
I probably have not listened to that album as much as I should have. So
Yeah. And that was my problem. Like, honestly, it wasn't until like I had posted back in it was like September, October. I said, what are some of the best releases of the year? And one of them posted this
okay.
album. And so I've listened to it a lot more because of that. Um, but yeah, it's ended up being on my rotation quite often.
Cool. Cool.
So
The last band that I have for like the bigger bands is Combust. I legit think Belly of the Beast, and if I had to give an for like the larger bands an overall number one, it would be this album. I'm a sucker for like
okay.
metallic hardcore. Everyone knows that. They do it so freaking well. Their features, all of their every single feature in this freaking album just hits so good. Like it just lands so well on this album.
Yeah.
Um, I love the like attitude with it. I know you're not a big fan of like the hip hoppy stuff, but like some of the hip hoppy instrumentals in like Belly of the Beast and like Everyone's Enemy, I feel like it's just so cool. Like it's just so cool. The like attitude in this album. I've listened to this album a
Yeah.
ton. We also like were fortunate enough to speak to Andrew, easily one of the coolest
Yeah.
guys that we've talked to on this podcast. Like such a nice dude. The fact that like he's on this band is on the list for a lot of people's number one this year for like hardcore fans. I saw him at that venue we saw Die Young at, this rundown bar,
Yeah.
tiny thing. And like they killed it. They sounded incredible, even on like little tiny speakers. Like they still crushed it. Like the level of talent in these guys and like the uniqueness of the album, and just like I just think it checked every box that I would have for a hardcore album. So that's my number one.
Yeah. Listen, I didn't know if we were going to put them in the bigger bands or in the smaller bands. That album, if you saw the stories over the weekend, it was in my
Yeah.
top 5. Like, I listened to that album a ton. Absolutely incredible. Andrew was awesome to connect with, talk to. I got to see him here in Ogden at Black Lung, and it was a way fun show, man. That album, it rips. And like, as much as I say like I'm not as much of a fan of like the hip hop style stuff, they play in such like a gallopy
Yeah.
metallic way kind of thing. Like when they were doing their warm-ups, they were playing like 80s like arena rock songs and stuff like that. And it just like it makes you remember. Like we even talked to him, and like it was like Iron Maiden
Yeah.
and stuff like that on the episode that he was talking about. And it's just like to combine that gallopy arena rock, metal rock kind of sound with then the 80s style
Mhm.
hardcore. Yeah, dude. Freaking Everybody's Enemy,
So,
easily one of the best songs of the
absolutely.
year.
Absolutely. Like just the bass intro to that song.
without
Like, it's just,
question.
I mean, I'm sure everybody's listened to this and nobody's going to be surprised by that answer, but I mean, it really is, I think, one of the best albums to come out this year and in the last few years. It's really good. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's my, like, if I had to
yeah,
pick an overall number one, especially for larger bands. And I do put them as larger because like everybody in the hardcore scene, I think, knows who Combust is. So
yeah. I and I don't dispute that. I just, you know, the longevity is the
okay.
reason why I was wondering if you would have it there. Is just because they are a newer band. So even though they've kind of exploded onto the scene and this album's incredible, like it's been like what 4 years that they've been a
Yeah, but
band,
they have
5 years
EPs from
maybe, like
2018.
something like that.
7 years.
Okay, okay, yeah. So that's just why I didn't know, but I absolutely
Yeah.
could not agree with you more. I think that's fantastic. Um, but it's not my number one.
Laura,
So
what's your number one? Stolen Gun?
my number one, you know what?
Oh,
No, I didn't put
all
it as
right.
number one. And here's the thing: every album that I've said are full albums,
Okay.
right? Because like when I was thinking about this, I actually broke it down like albums, EP,
Mm.
singles.
I think,
So I've got quite a
all
bit
right.
here
Well, I
that we
think
could
EPs
talk
count,
about. But
so I'm fine with it. I'm fine with that. But
okay, but without question, the best album of the year is Skinhead.
okay.
That Skinhead album, I cannot tell you how much I have listened to this album. Uh, it's a beautiful day. What a beautiful day. I don't know what it is that caught me about this, but like the song Kill Yourself, it's flawless, man. Like it's such a good song. But this whole album, the whole way through, um, I think it's I think it's Dreams or Jog Your Memory. One of them has like a dual vocal with a female vocalist going over
Yeah,
the
I didn't
top.
jog your memory.
And dude, that line just so good. Like if you want deep cut on the album, like I guess it's not a deep cut, it's one of the most played songs, but go listen to that song. It's not Kill Yourself, right? Which Kill Yourself is the one that's getting all
Yeah.
the attention. But starting out with 45, Chuck is an incredible one. Jog Your Memory. And then I watched the Hardlore with the vocalist, Josh, and just like him talking about it, he's just an old
Yeah.
hardcore dude. And this album exemplifies an old man in hardcore, and
Yeah.
it's great. It's
I'm actually,
fantastic.
like, you've talked a lot about this album, this one, the Haywire one. And so, like, I'm not shocked, but I'm also like a little shocked because you typically do not lean towards this kind of punk hardcore, you know?
You know what? There are just a couple of things that have come out this year like this. Um, and I guess I'll just say it because I don't know if we're going to get all the way into it, but the Haywire 3-song EP where they did that split, those 3 songs, it's just a little bit more. I want to say poppy, but it's more just like old school
Mm,
Ramon style, like punk
yeah.
sounding kind of
Like
thing. You know
radio
what I
punk
mean?
or
Where it's
something.
just a little bit, yeah. There's just something about it, right? Because even Haywire, like I was listening to Haywire a bunch this last week, and their last 2 albums, I love Haywire live. Watching that live show was absolutely incredible. The albums on the songs, like I'm not just a fan of really like throwing them on. Like they're good albums. Like I listened to them a ton over the last week, but the 3-song split that they did,
Hmm.
flawless. Those 3 songs are just incredible. I absolutely love it, and they are very similar to what this
Yeah.
Skinhead
Yeah.
album was.
That's cool.
So
That's cool, man. No, I'm down with it. I think the Skinhead album's awesome. So could call it that. So
yeah,
all right. Well, let's get into some of the local ones. Look, these are going to be EPs because that's all these bands release, which is fine, I guess. I prefer albums because they're good. But all right. Starting out, I got to give love to the boys at Heavy as the Head because that album is insane. Like, absolutely insane. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. I didn't write down the name. Sorry. Let me find the For
For
Your
Your
Loss. That's
Loss.
right. Oh, duh. It says it on the back of my shirt. Yeah, For Your Loss. Heavy as the Head. 6 songs came out in like March, but holy cow, it was so good. Like, it's so good. It's such a cool sound of metalcore. I mean, it's ultimately what it is metalcore, but like Lighthouse might have one of my favorite breakdowns of the whole year, where it's like going and going, and then it
Yeah.
just stops, and he's like, says the lyric, and it's like pausing, and then it just goes right into like this really cool, like, and he's chugs, and dude, it just, the first time I heard that, I like threw my phone against the wall. I was like, this is unbelievable, like unbelievable.
Yeah.
So great dudes, great EP, like great EP. So shout out to them, because for a local band, like, it's hard to get better than this.
Yeah. I could not agree with you more. The one thing I didn't post from my Wrapped is the top songs that I listened to, like the number of
Uh,
songs. It was 4 Heavy as the Head songs and 1 Time
yeah,
High song. I wore this EP out, man. I listened to this so insanely much. Lighthouse, I'm no
yeah,
god. Don't look to me. Like that line, awesome, phenomenal. I got to see these guys in Rhode Island with like me, 2 drunk dudes, and just the bands. It was like 3
yeah,
of us. And it was so sick and so much fun to go ahead and meet these guys in person and like hang out with them for a little bit. But yeah, Heavy as the Head For Your Loss EP. It is one of the best releases of this year, local band
yeah.
or
I agree.
otherwise, kind of thing.
That's what's crazy though,
Phenomenal.
is like, I know we separated this, but like, there's not really a change in like quality of these bands. It's just some are known and some aren't, and
Yeah.
like, they're just so good. And every one of these bands deserves like more flowers than they get.
Yeah, and I will say that Heavy as the Head is leading that charge at only 163 listeners on Spotify.
Criminal.
That's
Yeah.
asinine. Like the fact that these guys don't have it, at least a couple thousand people who are listening to this EP on the regular is absolutely shocking and wild to me.
Yeah.
So, but hey, listen, man, I am happy to hold that mantle of a Heavy as the Head fan.
Exactly, dude.
So,
Exactly. So, all right, who you got?
listen, between like local bands and just at this point, like our homies and stuff like that, like friends that we had, like we could just do a bunch. We talk to bands that we
Yeah.
like.
That's true.
So this is going to sound a little bit like a cop out, but if we didn't like them, we weren't talking to them. So mine is going to be Time Heist, the Unforgiving Minute 3-song single. I've bought in 2 or 3 copies of it on vinyl. Like, I had like, dude, Time Heist, man, these guys are awesome. And this single, 3 songs, is some of the best, like, youth crew style, like, just fast, hardcore, straight edge message. The lead line in the Unforgiving Minute at like a minute 20 is one of the coolest like little lead lines that I've heard in a minute off of this style coming out. And I don't know, they came through twice. I showed up late twice and didn't get to see him play live, but like love the dudes, love this EP. It's just
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. I I need to get them down here to Dallas. So,
Yeah.
in that same vein, so the next band that I have, and just like you said, this is gonna sound a little like hometown favorites, but whatever. Um, the new Spit My Rage GP.
Oh yeah,
Like,
dude.
obviously we're buds with these guys, and Foz is like one of the coolest guys around. But Persona Non Grata EP that came out this year for them, it was in July, is amazing. this is like, and I mean, you can kind of catch like a little bit of a pattern here with the band, like the albums that I'm mentioning, because a lot of them are pretty similar in the vein of like fast, punky, hardcore, type stuff. But
Yeah.
I just think that like their growth in this last album, you can hear it a ton compared to like a lot of the demos and stuff. I mean, obviously, because I think this was recorded like an actual studio and stuff. But um, Foz is like one of the band in general is just like super cool dudes. They're very involved in the scene. Like when we interviewed Foz, one thing I asked him was like, what does Dallas need? Like, what does the scene down here need? And he was like, we just need like not beat down bands anymore. If you're a fast punk band, he's all call me because I'll
Yeah.
get you on a show and stuff. And I just love that attitude, like we hung out with him at Flyover, and like, Judge playing, and he's up front grabbing the mic and stuff. And like everyone's patting him on the back. Like they're just cool dudes, they're just really cool guys. The album is really good. Good messages, fast beats, like just great music all around, man. I'm really excited to see what they got going on next year. But I really listened to this album quite a bit. So that's all I got for that one.
Yeah. No, it's great. Exactly what you said, man. Foz was super dope, way cool. I actually wasn't on the episode where you guys interviewed him. It was you and Chris. And so like meeting him down there and just immediately being able to like just like chat it up with him and just like easy to talk to. Anyone who's like that, it's a win
Yeah.
in my book, right? Like it's cool. And this is again something that we've seen doing the podcast is just everyone is so open and willing with their time to talk to us just because they love
Yeah.
hardcore. They love the scene, they love the music, they love everything that they're doing. Foz is doing core for
Mhm.
core there in Dallas. Like, if you do have that style of music, hit up core for core. They'll get you out. They'll book a show for you. Core for core is the one who booked the Die Young
Yeah.
show, right? Like, that's why we were able to see Die Young down there. So, um, but again, this is gonna be a little bit of a homer again.
You can tell where we're from,
And this comes,
Just
yeah, yeah, yeah. And listen, this is absolutely incredible. These guys are killing it and they are making waves, especially here on the West Coast. But Forever
Mhm.
War, man, they dropped 2 singles. They had Demonstration and they have 2. Uh, just incredible and really cool guys. The drumming on this and the way that they recorded it, it is a throwback feel, right? Like, I want to say, I might be wrong, but they may have recorded this to tape. And if they
Sounds
did,
right.
like that's definitely some of, yeah, I
Supposed
think
to
that
that,
that's
yeah.
what happened. I'll have to hit up Chris and I'll have to double check on that. So don't quote me on that. But these 6 songs are
Yeah.
fantastic, incredible, but more than anything, their live shows are some of the best live shows in Salt Lake right now. And listen, there's like a group of like 4 or 5 of these bands that are just killing it. And I could have put any one of them in this slot because they all put music out in 2025 from these guys, Sewn Shut, who we've talked about, Taste of Blood, Knife Point, like all these bands are just absolutely phenomenal, incredibly fun shows and really propping up like what hardcore, like Salt Lake hardcore is right now. But like when I started going back, Chris was one of the first guys like I sat and I chatted with their drummer, older dude like us, couple kids, like he gets it and everything. And to see these guys just
Yeah.
blow up, get requested to go play up in Oregon, get requested to go play down in Arizona and stuff like that, like they're absolutely killing it. And the song Defiance, man, I'm effing straight edge. like it's just like a
Yeah.
mantra here in Salt Lake at this
Yeah.
point, and it's phenomenal. So yeah, both Demonstration and 2 are going to be my picks for my second
Cool.
releases of
Yeah.
2025.
It's legit. So, all right. The last band that I'm going to talk about. This is my favorite EP out of everything, or album in general, that has come out this year. This is my number one. This was like outside of Misery Signals, which Misery Signals is always going to be the number one for me because like I listen to them. I have like a problem, you know.
Sure.
This was the second most played album, and it's like I know they're back in the studio too, and I don't know how they're going to be better than this, but it's "Wanted to Believe" by Die Young, and I know it's a Texas band, and people are gonna be like, "Yeah, stop talking about the place you're from." If you don't go listen to "Wanted to Believe" and then tell me that it's not like the best EP to come out all year, you're crazy, like crazy. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
And what's funny is like when this came out and we started posting about it, and I talked to some people online about it, everybody was like, "Oh shit, Die Young's got new music? Like they're the best." Daniel's like one of the coolest dudes ever. I'm like, I know, like he's way cool. He even talked to us, like you know, like why would he talk to us? Because you know we're not cool. He's cool. But seriously, this album's so good. Until You Die is like one of the coolest songs ever. Like I just love like how fast and like thrashy it is. And then you get to the middle where it like stops and he like screams like, "Why won't you die?" And then it gets into this like really cool melodic, like almost breakdown part. And like everything about it is like perfect to me musically and what I'm into. Like it's just done so well. And I freaking loved seeing them when you flew down and we went and saw them. They are so good live too. And we've said this like 100 times, but like you can tell when a band's been doing this for a long time, you know, like they just sounded so good and so tight. And like there's a blast, man, everything about it. But I listened to this EP a lot, like a lot. It is so good. So that's like my number one, not even just local, but like in general, this is my favorite release of this year.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you're right, absolutely right. The only reason I don't think that this album was in my top 5 like on Spotify is because I actually have a physical copy and I blast this album so much in my car. I listen to this nonstop. I really do. Wanted to Believe is one of the, not just the album, the song, the first song, the aggressive riff that comes into the front and then him just be like, like right at the beginning, it's just like incredible. So aggressive, so fun. His style of vocals, I am a massive fan of just the grit, like the style of vocal where it sounds like it hurts, like because they're like putting it into it, and Daniel freaking kills it. On top of that, because of going down to Dallas and seeing these guys, like we met Mike Fury, right? Drummer. Met Josh, who was playing guitar for him at the time, who's playing in Realms of Death, which, by the way, the freaking Realms of Death music is incredible, and they're going into.
I think their album was 2024. I actually think I went and looked like Realms of Death. I was like, yeah, because Realms of Death, their EP is like so freaking good. I think it was last year, or the year before. It might have been 2023 actually.
Okay. That was more my intro into Realms of Death then because of meeting Josh and stuff. So like that, it was new to me in 25, but he's one of the sweetest dudes ever. Like we got to meet like in person at Flyover again, gave me a big hug, like all that kind of stuff. Alec, we had Alex on here who was filling in for bass on it. Like just these dudes, they're older, they get it. They're there just to like shoot the shit with us. Like it was just so fun. And it makes you just attach that much more to a band and to an album and stuff like that. So absolutely Wanted to Believe. Like I said, it would have probably been in my top 5 if I had done everything through Spotify because I have listened to this so freaking much. Messianic Age.
Good. Yeah.
Dude.
That just intro guitar riff to Messianic Age is like, it's so good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't say enough good things about the EP. And honestly, all their music is so good. And all the stuff that Daniel does, like, I don't know if you've listened to much to like Mainlander. It's like a little side project that he does. He released like an album on that or an EP with that. And what's the song? What's the song that is it The Fan in the Bellows that he released this year too? That's like a cover of like a post-punk song. But it's so good. Like he's just, I don't know. the dude understands music. I mean, he writes all the riffs for like Will to Live too. Like, I don't know. It's just insane to have that much musical
Yeah,
talent, you know? So,
for
but yeah.
real,
All right, but
for real.
that's my like overall number one. But what do you got then for your last one?
Yeah, and these guys, they're blowing up, man. Like I don't even know if this should be considered local anymore with the way that things are going for them. But my number one local release this year was Mask, Aggressive Contempt. Like I have worn this out. Got a copy of the vinyl. Got one of their long sleeve shirts. My wife is like, I hate the image on the front, and it's like that's probably what it was designed for. But these guys, man, they are making waves. Like to be able to get speed onto one of your songs, getting speed on Aggressive Contempt was huge. But the number one song that came off of this album, Scar Tissue, with a feature from
Um,
Dead Body, like it is the perfect 58 seconds long, just straight, fast, in your face aggressiveness, and then a feature that goes into just a gnarly breakdown. Like, I could not ask for more from a hardcore song, and it's so, so sick. The couple releases they did before this were kind of what a lot of Texas bands are doing down there right now, like
oh
Flu and
yeah,
stuff like that. So it's that like I'll sound like an idiot like trying to explain this, but it's like the alternating like cymbal to like tin canny
hmm
snare like
yeah,
sound, and that happens a lot, right? This album they incorporate a like heavier parts, breakdowns, and stuff like that, and it just all came together for me. Like I was a fan of Mask before, but this album, like, it is purely it's straight in my rotation. I listen to this album one or two times a week, kind of thing. It's just fantastic,
yeah.
fantastic. So, and catching them at
That's cool.
Flyover was
Yeah,
super dope. Able to catch them a few times here in Utah, obviously, but no, just great, absolutely fantastic release
good
this
music
year.
this year, man. Like seriously, good music. And you know what's funny is like a lot of these bands too are like talking about being back in the studio next year. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing: is a lot of these bands release
that's
three
true.
songs,
That's
three
true.
to five songs, right? Like you
Yeah.
can go, like give us another three to five. Like we'll put you on the list for
Yeah.
26.
Yeah.
So, uh, but listen, man, is there any other like just like shout outs, either singles or any like just
I mean,
individual songs that like
yeah,
caught
like
your
I listen
attention?
to I mean, obviously like I listen to a lot of Texas stuff. So like shout out to like Soul Exchange. They had
Yeah.
amazing music this year. I think Virtue had yeah, no, Virtues was 2024. I was gonna say their EP was 2024.
Didn't they drop a single though? I thought Virtue dropped a single though.
I don't think so.
Am I wrong about that? It's hard to say. They
Especially this year.
nope, you're right. Committed to Still was 24.
So like the when we talked about like Intervision, like that album was sick. I think Squint had a new album, Gum had a new album, Millspec had a new album. Like there was a lot of just really good. Like Desmadre had new stuff this year. Like there's just so much good music this year, and like it's hard to like really listen to all of it consistently, you know. And so we get kind of attached to some of these EPs or albums and stuff. Um, but yeah, I mean, honorable mentions. Yeah, the Drain album's really fun. It's nothing groundbreaking, but like it's a good album, you know. So
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, I think the one single that I do want to point out that was absolutely phenomenal, Something Else Entirely,
oh yeah,
Decoy. That Decoy single with
yeah.
Marauder. Like, listen, I am a sucker for features. And a feature that is like done well, like you'll notice that most of the time, like when I say like it was my favorite song on the album, it's because it has a feature on it. And I don't know what it is. It changes it. It brings like because we listen to all these other bands too, and oftentimes it's like a slightly different style than what you hear with their bands. So to be able to hear like their vocals in that place, it's just
Yeah.
insane. So like hearing Marauder on the Decoy single, I thought was awesome. Sucker Punch
That's right.
dropped some sweet music. If you want to
Yeah,
go
yeah.
like pop punk, we got to throw Menace
Mhm.
in there, like that kind of stuff. And then like we just talked to him, but like
Funeral Language.
Vinny, best noodles in town, like funeral language was dope. But then like on the
Yeah, Best Noodle in
alt
Town was way good.
indie, best noodles in town was
Yeah.
super dope. So like, dude, so much good music, so fun. Um, but yeah, just quick recap, like my favorite album of the year by far was
Oh,
Skinhead. I thought that album was incredible. My best local album was Mask. I don't even know if it should be considered local at this point, but it's local to me, so I'm going to
yeah.
throw it on there.
Yep.
So those were my top two. And then for you, you
Bust,
said best album,
and then
Combust,
best like overall was Wanted to Believe.
and Die
Yeah.
Young.
So,
Die Young, so sick. And then listen, man, I'm just going to put the award out for best band of 2025. Freaking Haywire. The tour that they did, insane to begin with. That was just an
yeah.
insane tour. The 3-song EP, phenomenal. Some of the best 3 songs that came out this year. And then most recently, like doing the Boston for the Children toy drive, where they had like the mayor of Boston
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
come out and like all that stuff. Super cool. But I'm gonna give it to them also because I saw them do covers of um Sheer Terror, Skins Don't
Mhm.
Cry. I saw them do covers of
Yeah.
Hatebreed.
Mighty
And
Mighty
then
Boss
the
Tones.
last cover they did, the Mighty Mighty
Yeah.
Boss Tones.
It's insane.
Dude, to have like that again, to show the whole width, the whole breadth of what hardcore is and accept it
Yeah.
all, like awesome. Like shout out to freaking Haywire. Best band of 2025,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
I agree with you. So I agree with you.
dope.
Uh,
Well, I mean, I don't know what most people are thinking. If you guys had other best albums, EPs we missed, things like that, we posted so much. Like it was so crazy hard to whittle this down in all
yeah.
reality. Cause I went back through like all of our story posts and stuff. And then I went back and listened like Advent,
Mhm.
Chaos Must Bow, like all those bands like drop music and stuff. And I'm like, do I put it on there? Like I didn't listen to it enough if I don't remember
Yeah.
it, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's probably a good way to look
but
at it, you know? So,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, let us know what you guys think. Let us know what your guys' albums were this year. We're curious to see where stuff lands. So, but yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know what we've got planned the rest of the year. You know, holidays get kind of crazy and stuff. We might
Yeah.
kick out 1 or 2 more episodes and stuff, but I don't know. We'll see. It's been a fun year, man. I
Yeah.
mean, talk about a great year of like the podcast. You know, we got to talk to some awesome people. Went to some sweet shows.
Yeah.
Went to a festival. Like, super
Yeah.
happy about stuff. So it was a good year. It was a fun year for music. So excited for next year.
Agreed. Agreed.
And you
Dope.
haven't killed me yet. You
Well,
haven't
we
canceled. You haven't been like, dude, I don't want to do this with you anymore. So like, that's always a win in my book that I haven't bugged you enough to.
listen, man. There was a minute there, not because of you, but like we just went on a little bit of a break, and to be honest, it took a little bit to come back. Not because like I didn't want to do it, but anytime you
Mhm.
stop something to try to pick it up again and just be like, where do we start again?
Yeah.
It's hard. And so like I'm glad that we've had a few episodes in a row. I do love doing this. I love again the interviews, the people we talk to, and you know, hopefully more people will continue to comment
Yeah.
and message on stuff because that
Yep.
stuff's fun too.
Yep.
So
So,
sweet.
all right, man.
Well, happy
I'm going to
holidays.
bed. Bye.
Peace.